Daily Bible reading, Matthew chapter 14, verses 13 through 36. On hearing about this, Yeshua left in a boat to be by himself in the wilderness. But the people learned of it and followed him from the towns by land. So when he came ashore, he saw a huge crowd, and, filled with compassion for them, he healed those of them who were sick. As evening approached, the Talmudim came to him and said, "This is a remote place, and it's getting late. Send the crowds away so that they can go and buy food for themselves in the villages." But Yeshua replied, "They don't need to go away. Give them something to eat yourselves." "All we have with us," they said, "is 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish." He said, "Bring them here to me." After instructing the crowds to sit down on the grass, he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and, looking up toward heaven, made a barakah. Then he broke the loaves and gave them to the Talmudim, who gave them to the crowds. They all ate as much as they wanted, and they took up 12 baskets full of the pieces left over. Those eating numbered about 5,000 men, plus women and children. Immediately he had the Talmudim get in the boat and go on ahead of him to the other side, while he sent the crowds away. After he had sent the crowds away, he went up into the hills by himself to pray. Night came on, and he was there alone. But by this time the boat was several miles from shore, battling a rough sea and a headwind. Around 4 o'clock in the morning he came toward them, walking on the lake. When the Talmudim saw him walking on the lake, they were terrified. "It's a ghost," they said, and screamed with fear. But at once Yeshua spoke to them. "Courage," he said, "it is I. Stop being afraid." Then Kepha called to him, "Lord, if it is really you, tell me to come to you on the water." "Come," he said. So Kepha got out of the boat and walked on the water toward Yeshua. But when he saw the wind, he became afraid, and as he began to sink, he yelled, "Lord, save me!" Yeshua immediately stretched out his hand and took hold of him, and he said to him, "Such little trust, why did you doubt?" As they went up into the boat, the wind ceased. The men in the boat fell down before him and exclaimed, "You really are God's Son." Having made the crossing, they landed at Gennesaret. When the people of the place recognized him, they sent word throughout the neighborhood and brought him everyone who was ill. They begged him that the sick people might only touch the tzitzit on his robe, and all who touched it were completely healed.